Hello, hello, hello. This is Christine. Welcome back to my page, Harmony Lives in Me. And I would like to share my meditation with y'all this week. I'm going to call it Limitless. Um, we each are born with a limitless capacity for pleasure and enjoyment. If we just really think about what I said, uh, that can sound unbelievable, impossible, and hard to believe because um, it just people don't think on that capacity. They don't believe that we were born with limitless capacity for pleasure and enjoyment. But I'm going to read on and maybe I can expound on and share with you all on how this can be. Okay, it say relationships do not just happen. No matter how we meet our mate or who makes the introduction, we create all the relationships we experience. We each have the capacity to bring to ourselves the exact relationship we want. Now, that's another statement right there that is hard to believe, that we can get exactly who we want, what we want in the relationship, and all the standards that we have made up in our minds or written down on paper. But go on to say, unfortunately, most of us are not willing to do the work. We must begin the work by looking at the self. Looking at ourselves. It starts with us. And getting clear about how it feels. How would it feel to have the perfect relationship? Everything you've been dreaming about, everything that you desire in a mate. How would that feel? It will feel phenomenal. It will feel amazing, of course. It goes on to say, we cannot expect to attract a loving, generous mate if we are angry and withholding. We must stop blaming the past for our condition now. We must stop blaming the past for our condition now. I read that. Wherever we are, what we have or don't have is no one's fault but our own. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow because we always trying to put the blame on someone else because our relationship didn't work. We ended up in divorce. Our marriage didn't work for the second time. It starts with, like the writer wrote here, it starts with self. Wherever we are, what we have or don't have is no one's fault but our own. If by chance someone else made a contribution to the mess we were creating, forgive them the mess and move on. Quit holding grudges. Clean your slate. Clean your heart. Quit holding bitterness and resentment. That's the only way. You have to begin there to begin healing. That's the only way you're going to have the relationship that you desire and crave for. You have to heal self. You have to forgive that other person, that last person, or how many people that you have in your past that you're holding these grudges against, or this unforgiveness against, or bitterness or resentment. You have to clean all of that out of your heart and start fresh. If by chance someone else made a contribution to the mess we were creating, forgive them the mess and move on. Family, we must give thanks for all we have been, all we have had, all we are becoming. Yeah, you have to give thanks for everything you went through, all the bad, all the good, because it's the learning lesson. It helped you develop into hopefully mature, an adult. But only way you're going to be a mature adult is by forgiving that other person. getting all of that bitterness and resentment out of your heart and begin to heal. The healing process is a lifelong journey, and we are never completely 100% healed, because as long as you live, there's always going to be the next thing to heal from. But you don't want to have it all compiled up inside of your spirit, your soul, and your mind. You have to clean it out and forgive each and every day and start over. That's the only way it happens, because you're going to be healing from something every time you turn around. Because as long as you live life on this earth, there's going to be some trials, some things you're going to go through, and people going to hurt you. You're going to be betrayed. You're going to be rejected. All kinds of things going to happen. You have to learn how to forgive often, each and every day. And it goes on to say, finally, we must give thanks for all we have been, all we have had, all we are becoming. When we take the limits, restrictions, and fears off our hearts, our cup of love will run over. Yeah, those fears are blocking all kinds of stuff from getting to us. We have to walk in courage. We have to walk in faith and courage and fearless. What's wrong with being fearless? What's there to be afraid of? My father taught me a long time ago when I was a young girl. He told me that the only way you're going to get rid of fear is you got to be brave enough to face it, whatever it is. And I love my daddy. He was my hero, and I believe everything he said. And I took that nugget, and I used that nugget from there on. Throughout my life, because I was real young. I was wanting to go to nursing school. I think I was in nursing school, and he was traveling with me to go take a test. And he told me, he said, whatever fear you face, whatever come up in your life and you're afraid of, just face it. And once you learn how to face your fears, you're going to walk around fearless, brave, full of faith, and yeah, ready to rule the world. But anyway, I'm just trying to motivate everyone. Just be encouraged. And it say, when we take the limits, restrictions, and fears off our hearts, our cup of love will run over. Isn't that wonderful? That sounds like a good feeling to me. Thy cup of love will run over. And it ends with this little statement that you have to repeat to yourself. I will look at me before I look for love. That's it, y'all. It starts with you, within yourself, before you can be ready for that perfect mate, that ideal relationship, that one that you've been wanting all your life. But yeah, you got to do some work. You got to start within yourself, and we all need healing, and we all need some work. So thank y'all for coming to my page, and happy Saturday. And y'all check out my books on Amazon.com. I write to inspire, motivate, and encourage women as well as men. And when you read my books, you will be inspired. Thank you. Have a blessed day.